G'day everyone. We have two massive announcements today that happened, both for completely different games. One for Final Fantasy XIV with their new expansion, Dawn Trail. And for the other one, it was Path of Exile 2 getting another confirmation of when their closed beta and beta access will be, which will be in 2024. And Dawn Trail will also probably be in 2024 sometime. My guess it'll probably be around November 2024, and I don't have any special exclusive information that isn't already out there, but I got a few speculations, and I want to talk about them for both of them. Path of Exile 2 is actually got some pretty interesting news. While looking like a fairly cool and decent iteration of the franchise, it also has one of the more stranger things that they've ever thought of, which is actually splitting the game into two games. When initially it was announced they were making Path of Exile 2 to be a campaign choice, so you can choose to play in Path of Exile 1 and do the Path of Exile 1 campaign as you would normally, or do the Path of Exile 2 campaign instead and have a slightly different experience, but the end game would be the same. Now it is no longer clear what the Path of Exile 2 endgame is going to be like. More than likely, it'll be very similar, still have a mapping component, but it may have a completely different pinnacle challenge and pinnacle bosses. My guess is that where Path of Exile 1 pinnacle challenges and pinnacle bosses are right now will probably be how Path of Exile will be for the end of time. More than likely, all Path of Exile 1 is going to get is updates to its engine and its current skills and everything else, making it nice and balanced, and maybe a new league mechanic. They said in their interview why they're going down this path is they want to have more frequent major updates for Path of Exile 2 and less frequent non-major updates for Path of Exile 1. So you play Path of Exile 2 for like 3-4 weeks, and then in about 2 more weeks, you'd be playing Path of Exile 1, and then you go back to playing Path of Exile 2. How that's all going to work out, I don't really know. It's all completely up in the air, but it's interesting that they are going down this route. I don't 100% agree with it. A lot of my friends also don't really agree this is the best path to take for Path of Exile, but we aren't developing this game and we don't know. We do need to give it a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, and I think the engine upgrades are quite great. The game looks phenomenal. The shading, the lighting, the model detail, the animations, everything is a step above what Path of Exile is. And it's a shame that we're not getting that in Path of Exile. Who knows, we may get some model updates for Path of Exile 1. It's all, up in the air. But what we do know is that it is going to be an entirely different experience from Path of Exile 1, and they really want to separate these two games. How it's all going to work, we don't know. Now, Final Fantasy XIV, they did their teaser trailer for their new expansion, Dawn Trail. And this Dawn Trail expansion is the first step in their new story that they're trying to push. They've done their 10-year story for the original Final Fantasy XIV with the Ascians and the Mother Crystals, and it's going to be an entirely different story. And it's starting with a pirate adventure. We're going to this pirate island, and we're going to learn about these pirate people and their pirate ways, and we're going to get treasure and all these other things, and we're going to eventually end up in some sort of mysterious plot. So this leads us into two speculations that people are wondering. They say there's going to be two classes. One's going to be a magical DPS and another one's going to be a physical DPS. I don't know exactly where these rumors are from, but my theory is it's going to be one class, and that class is going to be the pirate class. And how this pirate class will work is very similar to the Red Mage class, where you start from a range sort of instance where you're shooting your pistol or your flintlock, as it would be, and you would be then charging in with your cutlass and slashing foes. And I would assume this would be a party buffer similar to Bard and Dancer. And the way it would work is you would buff yourself by drinking grog and getting yourself a little bit of a drunken haze and getting a little bit angry. I'm gonna get them, I'm a pirate. And then you go sing a shanty to boost up your teammates, like yo ho, shiver me timbers or something like that, you know? That's what I think the class will be, and I think it'll be a very interesting class. I would like it if it was very mobile, like instead of just going straight to the boss and straight back from the boss like you would have Red Mage or Reaper. It's more of a, you're going around in circles and you're dancing around the boss, sort of like a pirate would in a pirate fight. You know, it'd be all drunken and going left and right and slashing all over the place, not really knowing what he's going to do next or what anyone's going to do next. You know, if you see Pirates of the Caribbean, you got Jack Sparrow, he's like falling over and, you know, stumbling upon success. That's what I view a pirate should be. He's always stumbling towards success somehow. Now for what else could be in this game, I think there's going to be a playable race, and that new playable race is going to be the turtles from the Samurai expansion, which Stormblood, and that would be pretty cool because we haven't really gotten to know the turtles too much. They were fucking awesome, and they just sort of fucked off because they weren't really a part of any other plot outside of the Stormblood campaign. Now, if they became much more of a plot in this campaign, I could see that being a really good idea for a playable class, especially when we're doing a lot of aqua experiences. We're going to be on ships, we're going to go underwater, we're going to go into sunken temples, above ground Mediterranean temples. It's going to be fucking cool. So if you got to play as a, you know, a ninja turtle, that'd be fucking sick. That's my theory anyway. So that's all we got for today. 2 huge cons going on at the same time. One being Final Fantasy FanFest and the other one being PoE Con or ExileCon, whatever they want to call it. And up in Canada, there's also LTX. I don't know if anything's happening in LTX special, but hey, it's a freaking crazy weekend. Literally. See ya.